What do you get when you mix selective outrage with full-blown Trump derangement syndrome? The coverage of the Trump Putin summit in Helsinki. It's time for final thoughts.
Correction, it's time for last thoughts. And let the record show that she stole this idea from me at Thanksgiving 2006. If you don't believe me, ask my cousin Benji. He was there, he heard it all. And to clarify, yes, I am Tommy Laren's twin brother. And just as we sat on opposite sides of my mother's uteri, we also sit on opposite sides of the political aisle. And I can no longer sit idly by as my baby sister, Lord bless her heart, spews her Republican scripture.
Lots of folks were in freak-out mode Monday when President Trump said during a press conference with Russian President Vladimir Putin that, quote, "I don't see any reason why it would be Russia who meddled in the election."
Besides, of course, the 17 intelligence agencies that told him otherwise. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know.
But on Tuesday, he clarified that remark, saying he misspoke and insisting he accepts the evidence Russia did in fact meddle. The president further insisted he has the utmost respect for our intelligence agencies.
Which, to be fair, might be a little hard to believe considering what he's said about them in the past and the countless tweets he's posted in the wee hours discrediting them and their work. Whatever.
I take President Trump at his word, but his critics won't let it go.
Good thinking, sis, because this guy never lies. That's what I love about him. He doesn't lie about his crowd size, about Trump University, or about Mexico paying for the wall. I mean, we're talking about the guy who said he had the best words.
After his initial remarks, a few people actually accused him of committing treason.
Whoa, pump your brakes, sis. No one's saying treason. It's not like he worked with a foreign government against the best interests of the United States or anything.
A really rich claim from some of the same people who defended anti-Trump FBI rat Peter Strzok just last week.
You better cool it with that rhetoric. That's the exact reason Mom didn't let you go to junior prom. You remember that?
But despite what the left would have you believe, the fact is, there is no evidence Russian meddling had any impact on the outcome of the election. So stop wasting our time because the election didn't go your way.
Yeah, you guys, stop asking for the truth and looking for facts and whatnot, because quite frankly, we're all getting a little sick of it.
Did the Democrats want us to wage war on Russia because Hillary Clinton lost the election? At what point will the Democrats and never-Trumpers be satisfied?
I don't know. When we finally find out the truth, when he releases his tax returns, when his supporters finally say enough is enough and stop defending an immoral, rapey old curmudgeon? Perhaps.
How much more time and money are we going to waste before they're content?
I'd reckon less money than the American taxpayer spent on Trump's golfing excursions, Melania's makeover of Trump Tower, Scott Pruitt's office expensive, Ben Carson's $31,000 dining set, the inappropriate 26 private and military flights Tom Price took, costing taxpayers over $1 million. Hell, I reckon less than what it cost when Steve Mnuchin took that military jet down to Kentucky to catch the solar eclipse. Now, on a completely unrelated note, you guys remember that term, fiscal responsibility? Weird word, isn't it? A weird word.
Despite the best efforts of the DNC, much of the media, and anti-Trump lovebirds Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, Clinton lost the election because she was a horrible candidate. Putin didn't force Hillary to delete 30,000 emails, call Trump supporters deplorable, run a sham charity foundation, abandon Americans in Benghazi, or fail to campaign enough in Pennsylvania and Michigan and Wisconsin. That was all Mrs. Clinton.
And you know what? Just to show you, I'm not completely biased. I'll actually cede that point to you. Hillary was not the best choice. Liberty! Kidding around. I voted for Jill Stein. Said no one.
What will the critics do when they can no longer shriek, Russia, Russia, Russia? Will they finally accept the election loss and move on to the real issues facing Americans?
Yes, of course, sis. We will move on to the real issues facing America, like Trump's abysmal tax overhaul, Trump's gutting of the EPA, Trump giving NATO the middle finger, the Paris Agreement, Trump shutting down the government, Trump completely donkey kicking the education budget, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, I don't know, maybe just Trump being generally creepy.
Because for the country's sake, I sure hope so.
Me too, sis.
As for the Democrats, they're always pushing for diplomacy, but when it comes to Russia, all common sense is lost. It's not about foreign relations or election integrity for them. It's about undermining a president they just don't like.
Now that is rich, sis, coming from the party with the worst voter suppression tactics in history. You know the sick part? This is the kicker. You guys don't even try to hide it anymore. It's like blatant. Very, very blatant. Alarmingly blatant. Seemed pretty illegal, borderline illegal. Definitely undemocratic, but you're getting away with it, and it's pretty worrisome, actually.
President Trump isn't treasonous for wanting better relations with Russia.
Yeah, we know. I think the part we're a little more concerned with is the whole colluding with the foreign government, money laundering, back alley real estate deals, pay-to-play operations, numerous meetings with Russian diplomats before the election. You know, nothing major. It's nothing major here.
And if Hillary Clinton and former President Barack Obama were successful with their Russia restart, perhaps the president wouldn't have to work so hard to restore diplomacy.
To be fair, Russia did make that whole Russia restart thing a little tricky. What with their actions in Crimea, their actions in Syria, their horrible human rights record in general, really.
The president said he would talk to Putin and meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. He's followed through on both promises.
If that's your barometer for what makes a good president, then I've got some swampland down in Florida to sell you. He wanted to meet with both those dictators because he looks up to them and he wishes that he had that kind of unrestrained power. Nothing more. Well, except of course, I'm pretty sure that they're all in a fantasy football league together. I mean, I know they took a few years off during that whole Kaepernick thing, but I'm pretty sure they're back on. They wouldn't let Mike Pence join. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Those are my final thoughts. Feel free to disagree.
I absolutely disagree with almost everything you just said, in fact, sis. That being said, you want to meet at Mom's later for dinner? 4chan me if you want to carpool.
From LA, God bless, and take care.